Hello and welcome everyone, MrCarMAN here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys on how to change the brake pads on your Mercedes-Benz ML W164. Let's get started. So I'm going to start off by safely jacking up the vehicle and then removing the rear wheels. So slightly loosen up the wheels before completely jacking up the car. And now here we have access to our wheel hub, the rotor, the caliper, and the brake pads. And the rotors, as I'm seeing here, they're very smooth. There's no lip on it, so the rotors are good. And all I'm going to have to replace are my brake pads. And to get to them, it's very simple. So the first step you're going to start off with is removing this retainer clip right here. And all you need is your flathead screwdriver. You're going to stick it in like right here and just pull it out. And make sure you have your other hand in the way so you can just protect your face in case it flies off. So just pull it out like that, and then on the bottom it'll just come right out. And now we're going to go on the back end and remove the two plastic caps and the bolts as well. So right behind the brake caliper, you're going to be removing two plastic caps. So there's one up here and one on the bottom side. And all you need is a flathead screwdriver to pry out these caps. And right behind these caps are two bolts. You have one up here and one down there as well. And to remove these, all you're going to be needing is a T45 socket and open them up. They're going to be a little tight at first, but with a strong pull, you will be able to open them. And if your bolt does not come out after a few turns, just grab your flathead screwdriver and push the bolt out. And as you guys see from the back, the bolt is starting to come out, and now we can just pull it out with our fingers. Here's the bolt, and as you guys see right here, there's only a few threads on it, so if it does end up getting stuck, just push it with your screwdriver and it'll come right out. And now repeat the same procedure on the bottom bolt as well. So at this time, just grab a box or something that you can rest your caliper onto, and then just push the caliper back. And you might have to wiggle it a few times, but it will come off. But if it doesn't, again, this flathead screwdriver comes in really handy. Just like this. Here's one of our brake pads, and here's the other brake pad. And the other brake pad is held in the back inside the piston with this retainer clip. So just pull it forward and then slide it out. Now I'm going to grab my C-clamp. I'm going to place it correctly onto the caliper, and then just put the brake pad right here. Tighten up the C-clamp. And all we're doing right here is pushing that piston completely back so our new thick brake pads can fit right in. And then once the C-clamp is completely tightened up, then you can release it, remove the brake pad, and then remove the C-clamp. Now as you guys are seeing right here, first the piston was out about right here, now it's completely pushed in. And before installing your new brake pads, just clean around the surface. So clean that caliper and clean the inside of your piston. Here's my new brake pads for the rear. And now I'm going to grab some of my brake caliper grease and then just put a thin layer on this side. Make sure you do not put any grease on the brake pads themselves. Make sure you get it on the back side right here. So a good thin layer all the way around, and this will stop your brakes from like squealing or making some squeaky loud screeching sounds. You won't get any of that if you put some good quality grease on and you put it evenly all the way around. And now these pads are ready to install into our caliper. So grab your caliper and then insert this piece inside into the piston. So there's only one way to install these brake pads, and this one's going to go in like this, and these hooks, make sure they're latching on onto this bracket right here. So it's pushed in, and then put the other brake pad on this side, and then slowly slide it into place just like this. And now just make sure to keep one hand on the caliper, because the caliper is completely free since we pushed the piston completely back. And with your other hand, reinstall the 2 bolts that you removed from the back. And your caliper itself, it's still going to wiggle a little bit. That's because we still have to install our retainer clip right here. And this is very easy to install. Just insert it in like this and then pull. And put the other one in just like that. After you reinstall the bolts, make sure to reinstall the 2 caps that you removed from the back side of the bolt. And that's it. Now our caliper is completely tight. And now I'm going to do the same exact procedure on the other side, and then I'll share with you guys the final step, because once everything is done, you still have one more step to do before you can start driving your Mercedes ML. The last step I wanted to share before you take your ML on a drive is to make sure you pump your brakes. So before you start the vehicle, do it about 5-6 times. Then you can turn on your Mercedes ML. And then just pump it a few more times.
And that's it. That's how quick and easy it is to change your brakes on your Mercedes ML. And if you guys want to see more videos on this W164, please make sure to check out the playlist and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys soon with another video. Thank you.